We'll check in on the number of COVID-19 patients at 4 state hospitals. KCU Joplin reports an increase in enrollment. We'll hear from a student about why she chose to enter the medical field during a pandemic. And we'll look at how Kansas, Missouri, and Oklahoma plan to distribute the COVID-19 vaccine when it becomes available.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Local hospitals released the number of patients with COVID-19. This is KOAM News at 10. At Freeman Hospital in Joplin, there are 50 COVID-19 patients. That's an increase from 41 on November 25th. Mercy Hospital has 36 cases. That's a slight decrease from 40 on the 25th. And Via Christi reports 18 cases. They say they've been fluctuating between 18 and 20 cases for a while now. COVID-19 vaccines will soon be coming to Missouri, Kansas, and Oklahoma. The Oklahoma State Department of Health says they expect the first COVID-19 vaccines to arrive in Oklahoma as early as December 13th or 14th. That first shipment will include more than 30,000 Pfizer vaccines. They expect to receive 10,000 Moderna vaccines by the end of the month. Vaccines will be sent to health care and long-term care facilities first.
I think it's going to be a game changer for us here in Oklahoma and throughout the world. So we're very, again, enthusiastic about it, but we all have to continue what we can do to decrease the spread.
Nursing homes in Oklahoma will also receive vaccines in the first round. Officials expect vaccines to be available to the general public in the spring. Kansas Governor Laura Kelly expects Kansas to receive its first shipment of a COVID-19 vaccine in a couple of weeks. She said the vaccine will be distributed in 3 phases, and her plan is in line with recommendations from the CDC. Kelly says Kansas is expected to receive 24,000 doses of Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine in mid-December and roughly another 49,000 from Moderna shortly after. In all, the state expects to have 150,000 doses by the end of this month, with more coming in weekly after that. Governor Kelly says more than 200 providers have already signed up to assist in distributing a COVID-19 vaccine once it's available. Kelly adds the vaccine will be free, although providers may charge to administer it. However, no one will be turned away for inability to pay. The Missouri Department of Health and Human Services says that state's expecting a shipment of about 50,000 doses of the Pfizer vaccine sometime around December 15th. Healthcare workers will be among the first to get the vaccine in Missouri. Missouri Governor Mike Parson announced today CDC partners will arrive in the Springfield and St. Louis areas this weekend to assist local schools and public health officials in reviewing current public health measures and support efforts to provide a safe school environment. Earlier this month, it was announced that the Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services and the Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education would be partnering with the Institute for Public Health at Washington University, St. Louis University, and the CDC to better understand the impact of COVID-19 mitigation strategies on transmission of the virus in school settings.
I want to note that the participation is completely voluntary for school districts as well as students, families, faculty, and staff.
Med school applications are on the rise, and the American Association of Colleges and Osteopathic Medicine says the current pandemic is a big reason why. KOAM's Mike Mahoney spoke to a staff member and student at KCU to find out if applications are up in our area.
The American Association of Colleges of Osteopathic Medicine says med school applications are up 18% compared to this time last year. But that's nothing compared to Kansas City University, where applications are up more than 35%.
A lot of those personal statements that we see do cite the COVID pandemic as a motivating factor, kind of solidifying their desire to be practicing doctors.
KCU faculty says that many of their students have been passionate about medicine long before the pandemic pandemic hit. But what they've seen of the virus has made them even more determined to make the grade.
A lot of our students in their gap year prior to matriculating to medical school do work in the healthcare capacity. A lot of them as medical scribes, CNAs, EMTs. So they're already seeing the implications of being a medical professional in the midst of a pandemic.
First-year KCU student Emma Bowman says, for many of her fellow students, the coronavirus has made things personal.
A lot of my fellow students have had parents or siblings or good friends pass away, and so it's really scary, and I think that just pushes us even a little bit more to want to find a cure or at least a treatment or something better to prevent it.
And while a vaccine may do more to stop the coronavirus than students who are still in med school, that doesn't mean this experience isn't preparing them for future outbreaks.
Being able to possibly contribute to alleviating some of that loss and death in the country is exciting to know that that's something I can do one day, at least maybe not with this pandemic, but maybe one down the line.
I'm Mike Mahoney for KOAM News.
KCU faculty also tell KOAM that seeing medical school applications spike in the face of a pandemic makes them proud of their students and even more hopeful for the future. Doug Hetty joins us now with a first look at the weather. Hi, Doug.
Hey, Dow, and kind of a gloomy day for us today. We had the rain last night, even switched over to big fat flakes of snow, especially in southwestern Missouri, late last night into the morning hours. The clouds stuck around. We just really couldn't warm up much. 33 was our low, 41 was our afternoon high, and we are still watching a lot of these clouds kind of sticking around the area, but they are slowly eroding. Unfortunately, we're going to get some patchy fog for us tonight. But this whole storm system is heading away from us. It is kind of cold. We're about 35, 36, 37 degrees. I think most of us are going to be dropping back a little bit more for us tonight as we have these northerly winds at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So watch out for the fog. 30 to start, 39 by 9, 49 by noon. At least warmer tomorrow, high temp of 52 degrees. Of course, we're going to look into the weekend here in just a bit.
All right, we'll catch you then. Thanks, Doug. Federal judge has dismissed criminal charges against 3 employees of the tourist boat that sank in Missouri's Table Rock Lake near Branson, killing 17 people 2 summers ago. The captain of that duck boat, the general manager of the boat's operator, and the manager on duty that day were all charged with neglect and misconduct after the amphibious vehicle sank during a storm in July of 2018. The boat had entered the lake despite severe weather warnings. Well, now a federal judge has upheld a previous court ruling that the federal government does not have jurisdiction in that case. The Cherokee County Sheriff's Office is investigating an armed robbery at the Quick Shop convenience store in Weir, Kansas. Authorities say yesterday the man seen here stole money from the store while holding a knife, then ran away. Officials are asking anyone with information to contact the Cherokee County Sheriff's Office. 4 children are back home after being rescued from a wooded area in Sequoyah County, Oklahoma. The kids, ages 5, 6, 7, and 9, were reported missing Tuesday afternoon when they walked away from their grandmother's house. They were found early yesterday morning near Ten Killer Dam. A helicopter crew searching for the children noticed their small flashlight flashing through the trees. The youngest kids were clutching their little dog, Buttercup, for warmth.
It's a miracle the little kid had the flashlight on him in the first place, but it ended up possibly saving their lives.
They're angels in my eyes. I mean, I don't know what I'd done if they didn't find my babies.
Wow, the kids say they left to go to their aunt's house and got lost. Community members are giving them new shoes and coats to replace what they lost in the woods. Still ahead, Webb City's King Jack Park becomes a winter wonderland as the Polar Express lights things up, and music trivia buffs can now get their quiz fix and view some Christmas decorations in downtown Pittsburgh. It's a tradition for a lot of families in Webb City and the surrounding area. The Polar Express Christmas light display is now up and running at King Jack Park. The Polar Express is a drive-through experience that features lights of different shapes and sizes. It's beautiful, as you see. King Jack Park is by the Praying Hands in Webb City. The light display will be going on through January 1st. Downtown Pittsburgh is mixing trivia with its holiday decorations this year. Some downtown businesses decorated their windows in the theme of a classic Christmas song. It's all part of an event hosted by the city called Guess That Song. It's as simple as it sounds. You check out the decorations on a business and then you guess what Christmas song inspired those decorations. The businesses will have QR codes on their windows to download the guessing form.
So it really wasn't that hard to get a lot of businesses involved. They were really excited, and I mean, I have a business and coming up with my window displays can be rather daunting, so it was kind of nice to have an idea given to me and go off from there.
On January 4th, a winner will be drawn from among the people who submit guesses. The winner will get $100 in chamber bucks. Lowe's and the NFL are teaming up to spread a little holiday cheer. This week on Giving Tuesday, they announced a plan to donate $1 million worth of pre-lit Christmas trees to families and organizations impacted by the pandemic. Over the next 2 weeks, more than 13,000 Christmas trees are going to be delivered. Some of the trees will be sent directly to homes, first responder stations, nonprofit housing organizations, and to childcare and youth centers. Doug Hetty is up next with his complete forecast. And a little bit later on KOAM News at 10, the 21st ranked Missouri Southern men host Northeastern State for their home opener. We're going to have the highlights in sports.
Eagles.
Well, it turned out to be a gloomy day for us today after all the rain that we had yesterday afternoon, evening, even switched over to some real big fat flakes of snow late last night into the morning hours. This was mainly on the Missouri side, and then kind of back to light showers this morning, and then just kind of clouds and drizzle throughout the afternoon. So a gloomy day, but a great time lapse. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Rainfall amounts since midnight, about 1/4 inch. But for the month or this entire storm system, most of us, about 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch of rain. Now, as we look ahead, we're kind of in the boring part of the pattern, at least boring to me, probably the great part of the pattern for you guys. The weekend looks pretty nice. We do have a big storm system next week, and it comes out in 2 different waves. Of course, you can always get my long-range forecast on my month-long blog, KOAMnewsnow.com. Kind of cold, 29 Yates Center, 32 in Parsons, 37 in Grove. Carthage is sitting at 38 degrees, and we aren't alone. Everybody across the Central Plains, cold behind this storm system that rolled through over the past 24 hours. Looking from the station off toward the south and to the east, 38 feels like 33. Pressure is steady. Humidity, though, is high. So what that is doing with the moisture on the ground, it's giving us fog. So we have patchy fog, especially in the low-lying areas. So if you are going to be on the roads tonight into the morning hours, watch out for the fog. And then once we get past 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, it will start to burn off across the region. But the clouds aloft are starting to break up. You can see the back edge right along I-44. But again, we have the fog, which is working in as this whole storm system is rolling away from us right across eastern parts of Missouri, and it's going to wrap up across the eastern seaboard. Let's go west. You see the big kink in the winds from San Francisco, Salt Lake, all the way up to Billings? That is a big ridge of high pressure. That means pretty good weather as we work into the next couple days. Let's go through tonight. Here's our sky tracker for you. We're going to have the clouds. We're going to have the fog. Kind of cold, all the way down to about 28 to 30 degrees. The fog burns off. Sunshine pops out, especially by the afternoon hours, and significantly warmer than what we saw today. 30 to start, 47 by noon, high temp right around 52 during the afternoon. Clear skies tomorrow night, kind of cold again. We drop back near 30 for an overnight low, and then Saturday looks great. I think we'll have mostly sunny skies. Temperatures are going to shoot into the mid-50s for highs. So let's look at Sunday. We got a system that's going to kind of slide through the Great Lakes and then down into the Ohio River Valley. It's not really going to affect us weather-wise, except it will drop our temperatures late Sunday and then heading into Monday. Then we get another ridge of high pressure for the middle of next week. This warms us up again. I think we're going to make it into the 60s. And then a series of storm systems start to work in Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday of the following week. And I do think we're going to have a shot for winter weather out of one of those two next weekend. 52 tomorrow, 56 Saturday, 48 cooler on Sunday, back to 52 Monday, and then 60 on Wednesday and Thursday, dry, mainly dry through the period.
Yeah, overall those temperatures, the highs anyway, look relatively pleasant for this time of year.
Yeah, not bad for December.
You bet. Thanks, Doug. Pitt State and Missouri Southern basketball are finally at home tonight. Up next, we're going to have highlights from the Gorillas matchup with Rogers and the Lions game against Northeastern State.
Doug
Pittsburgh State and Missouri Southern are both on the floor tonight for their first games at home. Pitt State welcomes in Rogers State this evening for their opener at John Lance Arena. On the women's side, Gorillas 1-2 coming in, trying to get back to 500. Down 10 early, Kaylee Demitz. 3 goes down, Pitt within 5 after 1. They kept chipping away in the second. Got local girls doing work. Girard product Sydney Crane. Tough shot rolls home. Tristan Gegg, Labette County Grizzly. If she's out there, she's open, all right? She had a team-high 24. And it's Carthage product Maya Williams, short jumper there, gives the Gorillas their first lead. Game tied at half. Third quarter, game stayed tight. Ashton McCory, 3 from the top of the key. Still tied going to the fourth. In the fourth, Williams knocks down the corner 3. She had 13 points, 5 boards. Gorillas had a little lead, but they could not hold on. Rogers State wins this one 80-76.
You can't let other teams score 80 regardless of who it is and what the person is. That's just the whole problem. Is they've scored 80 against Western and 60, so we knew they were capable.
To the men now, Pitt State 2-1 through 3 games, aiming to bounce back from their first loss. And they were hot early. RJ Forney, corner 3. Check out the scoop here from Ike Moore. Gets it to roll home. Then it's Martin Votes with the hot hand for Pitt State. Votes money from the corner. Then here, Votes trailing the play, pulls up and buries another. Pitt State 12-point lead midway through the first half. And Rogers State tightened that lead. But here, Ryan Pippin's strong move straight to the rack. Gorillas up 8 at the break. Rogers State forced overtime. Hillcats do rally to win 87-80. Missouri Southern Lions are at home tonight facing MIAA rival Northeastern State. After an 0-3 start, the Southern women picked up their first win last time out, beating Lincoln on the road. And tonight, Lions try to back-to-back wins for the first time this season. First quarter, Carly Turnbull splits the defense, lays it in. She had 16 in the first half. Lions up 4 after 1. Second quarter, Turnbull finds Beyonce Stocks on the wing. Knocks down the smooth 3. Southern on top. Game tied at 35 at the break. Now, late in the third, Stocks to the rim. Gets it through the contact. Southern, though, down 1 after 3. Early in the fourth, Honeycutt dishes to Turnbull. Turnbull, nice night. Game high 27. Lions get it done 70-64.
We made enough plays down the stretch to get the win, and and to be able to play with all the big teams in our league, the good teams in our league, you got to be able to fight down the stretch, be able to make a play here and there to win ball games, and we did that today. And so I'm very happy that we was there. I'm very proud of them.
Well, the MSSU men 3-1, ranked number 21 in the nation, hit the floor against the Riverhawks tonight. First possession, Cam Martin to Christian Bundy. Next trip down the floor, Stan Scott gives it to Martin this time. Timeout Riverhawks. A couple minutes later, check out the Euro step from Martin. That's pretty. 13 in the first half for Martin, Southern up 6. 8 minutes till the break. I love Stan Scott jams. However, Moso down 7 at half. This is how it ended. Down 1, final seconds. Cam Martin for the win. A shot goes, but after review, they called it off. Didn't get it off in time. Heartbreaker for Southern. They fall 90-89. Well, Lamar Tigers are less than 24 hours away from playing for a state championship. The Tigers will face St. Pius X out of Kansas City tomorrow night for the Class II state title. Lamar's 11-1 heading in, while St. Pius X is undefeated at 12-0. The Tigers head coach Jared Beshore aiming for his first title as a coach. Really, it was just a few years ago, though. He was wearing the Lamar jersey, lifting the state trophy as a player.
It wasn't that long ago that I was in their shoes, and so I definitely feel what they're feeling right now going into this game. Stepping onto this field for the last time, practicing with their brothers for the last time. It's a special feeling. It's bittersweet, but I try to just be that advice, that guy, the guidance that they need going into this game and what they need to hear.
That's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
Take time now to honor a local veteran, Sergeant Ormond Belts. The Fort Scott, Kansas native served in the U.S. Army, and we are proud to salute Sergeant Ormond Belts. He's tonight's four-state hero. Here's one way to get out that 2020 angst. It's called destruction therapy. The service is offered by a company in the United Kingdom called Scrap Car Comparison. Participants can destroy cars, which are destined for the scrap yard anyway, with explosions and shotguns and, this way, with a tank. Of course, the cars have the year 2020 on the side as a solid reminder of where to focus their frustration. The sessions cost the equivalent of about $36 US. A lot of people would say that is money well spent. One way or the other, less than a month, we are going to get through 2020. Let's check back with Doug Hetty.
And it looks like we're actually going to have pretty good weather as we head through the next couple days. Watch out for the fog tonight, but sunshine tomorrow, 52, 56 on Saturday. Sunday still not bad, just a little bit cooler. And then we have a warming trend Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Nice little stretch of pretty dry and calm weather before our weather gets turned upside down again next weekend.
Thanks, Doug, and thank you for joining us. We're going to leave you tonight with a look at the Parsons Grinchmas Reverse Parade, a drive-through parade. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. In the meantime, let's take care of ourselves and each other.